So, Benjamin Netanyahu, in a kind of mistranslated tweet, had this to say.
For 30 years, I am very consistent, and I'm saying something very simple. This conflict is not on the lack of a state of Palestinian, but the existence of a state, the Jewish state. Every area that we evacuate, we receive terrible terror against that. It happened in South Lebanon, in Gaza, and also Judea and Samaria, which we did it. And therefore, I clarify that in any other arrangement, in the future, the state of Israel have to control on the entire area from the river to the sea. This is.
So he didn't use from the river to the sea, as far as I understand, according to Myrav Zonzin. Obviously, I don't have any way of, I don't speak Hebrew. She said the translation is wrong. He said west of the Jordan, but that de facto means from the river to the sea. Now, of course, this also champions Likud's former creed, so it's not really a change of pace, right? But we already knew that. I think reasonable people knew this already.
Is what happens when you have sovereignty. This truth.
Israel's actions show what the goal is, right? I mean, that's it. Israel's actions have always been directed in that direction. And yes, when Israel says it, it is genocidal. I need to mention this, I guess, more times than I thought I had to, but when Israel says from the river to the sea, Israel will be all you can see, or whatever, there's many different versions of this, that is openly genocidal. Israel is the oppressor in this situation. When the oppressed say from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that is a slogan of emancipation. And it is mind-boggling that still so many people refuse to see that. So anyone and everyone that got swept up in this weird dynamic, that championed the cause and said oh, I'm pro-Palestine, but the fact that they're saying from the river to the sea makes me feel bad, is wrong, and I hope they can see that they were wrong. This is why I maintained my position firmly, okay? Anyway, the whole from the river to the sea conversation was incredibly performative, and unfortunately, it worked to derail. That's usually what the purpose is. But yeah, irony is that for months now, American politicians and pundits, Jewish community leaders, students have obsessed over from the river to the sea in censuring Rashida Tlaib and accusing pro-Palestinian activists of genocidal language. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Israel says, to be clear, by the way, when Rashida Tlaib said from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, and when Mark Lamont said it, theirs was a call for freedom in that space. Netanyahu's from the river to the sea is a much worse, a call for a permanent military occupation. 100%. It's always been the case, and it will always continue to be the case. And people will try to desperately act like that is not what's going on. People have their own personal interests in every subject. They are going to defend their personal positions, and they're going to avoid seeing a broader picture regularly.